think I may have pulled a muscle in my shoulder just as I was about to start recording. So if I start to look a little stiff, you'll know why. Hello! Happy New Year! Please excuse the setup. I'm trying to figure some things out in the office. I had to dig out the old camera because the main camera is being used for something else, which I'm excited to talk about. You'll also have to excuse the sort of lowered tone right now. The kids' bedroom is directly below my office and they're in bed right now. We just got the toddler to sleep. Well, it was a bit of a struggle. It's been a bit of a struggle to get him to sleep lately, so yeah. So some of you may have noticed earlier in the week, last week, a video went up on the channel, and then as of Monday, it disappeared. That's because I have taken it down and put it on a new channel, which I will leave. There should be something there. I'll leave a link down below. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. I like talking about movies, as anybody who has listened to the podcast with my wife that we used to do knows. I just like to talk about movies, and I don't know why I didn't start on YouTube as a talking about films type channel. I didn't know it was an option back in 2008, 2009. So yeah, I just started a channel called The Late Review, where we review movies that people don't really talk about anymore. So stick around because we're going to be picking the next film at the end. So what can I say? Christmas is over, New Year's is done. The dumpster fire that was 2020 seems to have turned into some kind of eternal flame of doom and has seeded itself in 2021. I refuse to let that get the better of me. I started my new job yesterday. That was cool. But 2020 did kind of make me realize how much of my own life is out of my hands. With everything, it's just given me a lot of time to reflect and figure out what I want and who I am and who I want to be. I don't like who I am these days, and I don't want to be that person anymore. I have a lot of resentment and anger and anxiety and all sorts of negative emotions I carry around a lot. I realize a lot of that is just because of, like I said, how powerless I feel in my life. So this year is all about taking control. Even if this time next year I haven't achieved some major milestones or anything like that, as long as I feel like I'm actually doing something to try and take control of my life. So that's why I started the other channel, because I wanted to do something like that for a while. I've got a couple of other things that I want to do. This isn't like a whole new year, new me thing. No, I'm still going to be the old me. I'm just going to be trying to make it a better version of me. I don't believe in resolutions. I think they're bollocks. Resolutions is this idea that on the 31st of December of whatever year, you're going to party or go to bed early or whatever as this old version of you, and the next morning you're going to wake up and be this whole new version of yourself, and you're going to push yourself to do it for as long as you can tolerate it, and then by the end of January, 9 times out of 10 you have probably dropped most, if not all, your resolutions. I'm more of a believer in goals, setting goals for the year. So with that in mind, my goals this year is to run this channel as a kind of vlog development channel, self-improvement kind of thing, but not like a lifestyle one. It's more just sort of keeping track of my stuff. Next year, when I'm doing the first video of 2022, I want to be able to look at this video and think what's changed since then. I'm going to kind of take the channel a little bit more seriously this year, and the other ones obviously, and all the other development things, but I don't want to put too much on my plate. One of the things that keeps bugging me, just this itch at the back of my head, is writing. It's always been my passion. It's always been my goal for that to be my career. But somewhere along the line, I forgot that that's what I wanted, and I forgot how to do it. I mean, for goodness sake, I've made a living as a writer, and somewhere in the last few years, I forgot how to be a writer. And the most ridiculous part is I collect. Each one of these books was bought with the intention of making me a better kick-ass writer, but instead they collect dust or leave me more confused than when I started. It's nuts, right? Before I started reading all these books, I found pleasure in writing. Sort of raw energy, unguided, just whatever, just let it out. And then I started reading these books because I wanted to understand structure better. I just wanted to understand writing better. I ended up feeling like I know nothing about writing and lost all faith in myself as a result. With each book I read, I ended up losing more and more faith in myself as a writer. Because suddenly I just couldn't remember. Well, I could remember the rules, and principles that the books explained, but I didn't properly understand how to implement them. So I want to get better at that this year and actually finally finish one of the many stories up here. So I think that's about wraps it for tonight. Like I said, we're going to go watch this movie now, but then we're going to decide what movie it is. So for the sake of authenticity, I am going to try and do this all in one take. My son's coming to say goodnight and he's going to disrupt the recording now. Right, before we have any more interruptions, let's get this done. Now, for the sake of authenticity, I'm going to do this all in a single take. You ready? These are all the films. This is a list. This is basically a raffle of all the movies, all the Blu-rays in the collection, asterisk, that I haven't seen yet, and some off the Netflix watch list. I wish whoever's banging around like that would just stop. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a lot of rumbling and banging. So, here we go. So, this evening's viewing, and therefore the next late review video, will be The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Okie dokie. And here you go. We've only got one Hobbit Blu-ray, and it's The Unexpected Journey, so hooray! 3 hours! Hooray! So with all that said and done, I'm going to call it a night, because it's, I imagine it's a long movie based on what I remember of the original trilogy. So I'm going to call it a night right here, right now. So yeah, check out the new channel. I've only got 1 subscriber so far as of recording. And until next time, take care, speak to you soon, goodbye. And now my neighbours are going for a wee. It's flushing.